If I wanted to speak of something that I was struggling with for the last few years, then it's apathy.
But luckily for you and for me, apathy is not endless.
Before I became 25 years old, I've never experienced anything like that. I was chasing a lot of outer results like career or husband, family, or expensive clothing or traveling or beautiful photos, anything like this. But then I felt lower and lower on my energy. I couldn't understand what's happening with me. At first, maybe 2 or 3 years, I tried to understand. I was reading a lot of self-help books, and I was trying to find someone who can help me in this, but I couldn't. And then I understood a few things. Then I started to find answers. The first thing is I was all my life chasing only outer results, as I mentioned before. But I never thought of my inner state, how I feel about certain things, how I feel about certain people in my life, how I feel about my job, about my hobby, because I didn't have one, because I was so busy with my jobs. I couldn't even have time for my hobby, for something I really love doing. And then the things started to get brighter. Began to make meditations pretty often, like every single day after I became 27, 26. So for the last 7 years, I was doing meditation every single day. First, it was 5-10 minutes.
And it's a great time to start with 5-10 minutes a day. I do it longer now, but it's my choice. It's a great method to find yourself or understand yourself deeper.
It's a long story about meditation, but I'm saying that it was one of the steps that helped me to feel my inner peace, inner anger, inner self, what I feel about something, someone, how I feel now. It's helped me to just stop and feel the moment. And it's a very self-healing practice. I promise you, you really should try it and choose the meditation you want to. If you're curious what I'm doing, then I can share it with you in the comments, or if you want, I can record a video for you about it. I will be happy to do that, so just tell me. And another thing, I started to try new things like a hobby. I wanted to do so many things when I was a kid, but I gave up everything for good grades at school, and then after school, like college and job. And at school it's marks, and if we talk about job, of course it's money. So I exchanged what I love for money for a long years, and I didn't get a great results if we talk about how I feel and my physical health as well, because I had problems with the sleep when I was working a lot. So sometimes we just really need to feel ourselves to understand what path we have to choose now.
Because at every stage of our life we can change our path.
And to not hold too tight things that they were good maybe back then, but now it's not us anymore. We've changed. I mean, not the consciousness, I mean, we're still the same, I'm still the same, but our view of life, our goals, our desires, of course, they've changed because my desires changed so many times through all my life. And for the last maybe 5 years, I understood the top desires, goals, and even now they still change. So it's a path, I think, because I didn't end this path, but I got a great results in terms of how I feel inside myself. At least I understand myself better. It doesn't mean that I always feel happy or joyful. That's the thing. Sometimes I feel apathy too, but it's not chasing me anymore, you know? Because when I was escaping from apathy, it was chasing me. And now when it comes to me, I'm saying like, okay, I feel apathy, and why? How can I heal this wound that causes it? And of course, one of the greatest steps in my life, it was finding a great psychologist. Actually, I have two, but one is more experienced, and he's kind of one of the people who I go to when I'm like, don't know what to do at all in relationships, in like decisions about maybe job. And I think everybody should have someone who can give a good advice. Finding someone who knows us, who feels us, who knows our weaknesses, strengths, and he can give us advice in exactly our exact situation, this is priceless, really. But the first step was finding myself, at least in terms of how I feel, what I want, and this was the path. And I think I have a lot of things to go through still.
But the best road is the one where you feel happier day by day.
So apathy sometimes comes to us when we need to self-heal, to think of us, what we need right now. And unfortunately, not always people can suggest us a good thing. People on the internet, people, even our friends. Because me and my friends, we are sometimes have a different point of view and have a different things that we going through. Apathy is a sign that something has to change. But the idea is understanding what path you should choose and what you need right now. Maybe your body, maybe your mental health, because sometimes we feel apathy and it's just a sign that our body is very, very tired and our mental state is really, really damaged, and we need a time to self-heal. And first we need to understand this, then we trying to find an answers how we can do it. Because, well, the first thing I would suggest is a meditation, and the second thing is finding a really good psychologist. And don't be afraid to change psychologist, because, for example, if you go to one person but within your heart you don't feel that this is the right person, that he or she helped you, then you can try another one. I mean, it doesn't mean it doesn't work. It just means that maybe the person is not yours. I mean, the psychologist maybe he's not yours. I mean, and it's fine. So these two things I would definitely suggest you, and of course have a good rest. Don't forget to have a good rest and keep your life in a balance of work and rest. So if you have any questions to me, please ask in the comments below, and subscribe if you want to hear more of what I can share with you, something that helped me. Bye.